This is our signature. So if you're a seafood lover, so you will have to bite everything of what we usually give out to the guests. So we have lobster, 450 gram. We have octopus. We have fillet. To be specific, this is cobia. So cobia is well fish, soft and somehow tender. We have here shrimp. We have calamari. We have prawns, and these are king prawns. You see how they look? King prawns. And here we have oysters. So we will have to start with the marinade. So first of all, we have to wash this. This is our lobster. Yeah, you see how they look. So this is why we are best seafood restaurant, because everything is fresh. You see the color. Eh? So if you see everything is fresh, look at the meat. So we have to wash first this one before we cook. So let me wash. Start with the head side. We crush it. On the other side, we crush it, and then boom. This is how it look, very fresh. As you can see, very fresh, good looking. So whatever you are going to use, you are going to clean, you remove this. So these are the internals. Then we wash. That's how it look. With prawns, we just cut. We just cut here. Remove the internals. Make sure it's clean. You also clean the head. So ours goes with the shells, but if you want off shell, you can also still go without. So we remove those people who doesn't want shells, we just remove the shell. But with our dish, it goes along with the shell, because other people love that crunchiness of the shell. So let's go to the station now for the session, for the cooking session. So this is how it looks after cleaning. This is how also it looks. You see how it's fresh? Everything is fresh in Mawimbi. So it's now cooking. So before we cook, so we usually do this. You take a quick dry. We dry on top so that remove water. This helps so that the marinade, it hold the marinade, so the marinade that it can infuse inside. So this helps the marinade to infuse. So this is the marinade, my marinade. So the marinade contains of garlic. You have oyster sauce. You have light soy sauce. You also have seed oil, paprika, salt, and black pepper. So It usually goes well with the lime. So whatever we do, we just do this. We put lime. And this is the marinade. So applying the marinade, we just apply on the marinade this way. Because the marinade itself contains salt and pepper, so we don't need to give more salt on it. So the only time we'll put some salt is when we are taking it to the oven. But now we are just marinating. You marinate it well, leave for a few minutes. Also this one. So this one, I'm going to use my gloves so that the marinade gets in. So you see, you take this, you do that way. You take our marinade, you marinate. This is how we do, so that it infuses inside. That's how we go about it. So what makes Mahimbe special is our food. Our seafood is fresh. As you can see the crab is live. You can see the lobster, how it looks like, it's very fresh. So if you want to see, when you want to know something is fresh, you see the meat, fresh, tender, you see, it's cold on the shell, but the ones that are not fresh, you can see the darkness, it's dark, the other side, it have oxidized. That's when you see the seafood is not okay. But if you can see ours, it's fresh, that's fresh straight from the sea, straight from the ocean. That's why we still have that title, being the best restaurant seafood in the world, offering fresh and good dishes. So let's roll. So first of all, also we have to marinate everything with the marinade same. So we just put, except the oysters. The oysters, we don't marinate them because now the oyster itself is salty. Oysters itself is salty, so we don't need to marinate it. So whatever we just do, we just take the oyster, remove from the shell, then use the salamander to give it the color. So most of the oysters are eaten raw, because if you put them in a high heat, they tend to shrimp, because they are so tiny inside. So this is how we go about it. Yeah. So you make sure it's well marinated. You marinate it well. Make sure everything is well marinated. And for the seafood, we start with the one that take a longer time to cook. So with this one, lobster take a longer time to cook. Our fish also take a longer time to cook. So we start with lobster and our fish. So let's roll. So on cooking, we just light it out. Wait a little bit for a pan to get hot. Okay, so let's do it. So let me start with the fish. Just put some oil. So we just want to pan-sear for 2 minutes, then we put it in the oven. So with the fish, just turn. And with the lobster, we usually use our hands to put, so that you start with the tail, then that way. So we want a brown color, a good color, the one that make the visual okay. So you don't overcook. Seafood take a little time to cook, so make sure it's not overcooked. So the color that I'm searching, I have the color. Now this is the color I'm searching for. These are the color. So cooking for five years make you immortal. So I won't use that one. I'll just use my hand. You just turn. So that's the color you want. That's the color. So you take some butter. You take some butter. This butter, small butter, even here, butter. So butter burn on high heat. You just scoop on top. Now that's the color. So I'm done with that one. We put on the slate. So you're using metal slate because it's going to the oven. So you put that. So another slate. Put that. So we are going for the prawns and calamari. So let me take away this. Start with prawns. Process is same. Some little bit of oil. Our pan is extra really hot. So we just place. You also need brown color. Yeah, that one. This one takes a shorter time compared to lobster and fish. So you don't want to overcook them. You put a little bit of butter. That's okay, so that it doesn't overcook. You also put it on the slate. So you are putting in different slates because some people are allergic to crustaceans. So those things that have shells. So some people are allergic to shells, to these shells. So don't put all seafood together. So that's why we are using different slates to put. So after this, we are going to take them in the oven. So before you take them, we still use our marinade. We still use our marinade to make it more juicy. So we still put our marinade on top. So here you can now adjust the taste. You can put some black pepper. Put some black pepper and a little bit of salt. Squeeze lemon on it. We squeeze lemon to kill that fish smell. We don't do so we also don't want to kill the flavor with the lemon. That's why we are just putting a little bit. So that's how we go. So before we putting in the oven, let me make some grill. So let me make it beautiful. We put some grill. I usually use paprika. That way. And boom, some freshness on it. I'm using parsley for freshness. So most seafood goes well with parsley. So let's take to the oven. So here's the oven. So let me do the settings. On the settings temperature, we're putting it at 180. Then time, this is in hour or minutes. Sometimes people use minutes and seconds, but now I'm using hours and minutes, but now I'm using minutes side. So I'm putting 7 minutes. So it depends with how you want to set it. But most of the time it goes well with the minutes and seconds. So you have prawns. fish here. This automatic. Now take. So we are waiting for 7 minutes, then boom, everything will be done. So as that one continue to cook, let's now work on oysters. So these are our oysters. This is how they look. Look how big they are. So we want to remove the shell. So our dish also garnished with oysters. It also have oysters in it. For those people who love oysters, we still got you on that dish. That's why it's our signature. So on oysters, this is how we do. We have a special knife for oysters. This is called oyster knife. This is how we do it. So these oysters, they are too hard. They are very hard. But if you want them to open up, you put them in cold water for some few minutes. So this one already opened up because it have been in water. So it opened up itself. You see? You just do this and it's done. So this is our oyster. This is how it looks. So these one are already open up, so they are not tough to remove them. But if they are not open up, you will have to use more force to open them up. But now this one, they are friendly. They have already opened up for me. So I just put my knife, then remove. We use salty water washing this one because sometimes they feed on sand. So we use salty water and a little bit of lime to wash them. So I'll take water, just use tap water, fresh tap water. So put some salt. Some people use vinegar, but me, I'm using just salt. Put enough salt. So you just pop your hand inside. You remove from the shell. Then you wash everything separately. Then you take it back to the shell. So because if you don't remove it, some sand stuck on this side. So if you eat, you feel some sandness. And you don't want our guests to feel that. And here is our clean oysters. This is how they look after cleaning. So we are going to roast. So we use this one, and you are using salamander. So you're only roasting them for 3 minutes. It's okay. So this is our salamander. It's already on for only 3 minutes. Because if you overcook the oyster, they tend to shrimp and burn. So you're only putting 3 minutes. Let's continue. Let's do now our shrimp, our calamari, and octopus. It's already marinated. With this one, I will just cook them in one pot. I'll just put the shrimps. Put my calamari, my octopus, sorry. You have octopus, then you have my shrimp. So I won't take them to the oven because they take a shorter time to cook. Put some salt. And not forgetting our marinade. So you want them to brown. At that point, we now add some butter. So this is our butter, a little bit of butter. Squeeze some lemon juice. see now this is the color we wanted. It's now browny. We are now going to plate. Just put them aside. So these are good to go. So I'm not leaving it on the pan because it continue cooking, so I leave them aside so that it doesn't cook. So it's time for plating. So this is my lobster. Look how beautiful it is. This is my grilled prawns. And this is my fish. So we plate our seafood on the boat to represent the sea. So this is the uniqueness about Mawimbi. We always do our seafood toward the ocean. So this is our seafood, this is our presentation. We present them on a boat because we get our seafood from our fishermen through the boat. So we honor them by plating the same dish on the boat. So we start with lobster. So we put there lobster, then we arrange the prawns, we make it beautiful, then fish, then our tiny calamari, octopus and shrimp here. So the idea from the boat is from my director, Mr. Amon. So he wants us to honor the fisherman by plating the same dish on the boat. So we put some oysters aside. This is our salad. Then we finish with our sauce. So we sprinkle our sauce on top, just like this. Our signature is called Poseidon, and it comes along with the side of either rice, it depends with your take, skinny fries, rice, or wedges. And that's our dish. Thank you so much, and enjoy.